Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everybody. We'll start this session. Dear members of machine tool industry and all other industry stakeholders joining this meeting, a very warm welcome to all of you to this first quarterly town hall meeting of IMTMA. This initiative is a unique addition to the activities of IMTMA, which the institution carries out for its members to keep industry updated about the latest trends and practices. Going forward, this IMTMA Town Hall is going to be organized on a quarterly basis and cover relevant data and information for a quarter for the benefit of all our members and other stakeholders. In this first edition, IMTMA President Mr. Rajendra S. Rajamani will be sharing the macroeconomic scenario, updates on Indian machine tool industry, and initiatives of IMTMA that members can leverage. This will be conducted in a webinar format without an active Q&A session. Any queries or information related to this meeting or any data that you as participants would like to raise may please be shared on the chat box. Or alternatively, queries can be sent over email to us, which will be addressed by your experts. Without any further introduction, I would now like to request Mr. Rajamani to take over the proceedings and address the audience. Thank you.
Good afternoon, one and all who are online. Dear friends and colleagues from the industry, I thank you all for joining this first town hall meeting of IMTMA, which I believe would be insightful for all of you to gauge the trends and business prospects. We have all heard our finance minister presenting the 7th budget, which is very positive, continual, and growth-oriented, focusing on employment, skill development, support to MSMEs, agriculture, and of course, the continual infrastructure development. We shall be presenting the macroeconomic outlook, machine tool industry production, consumption trends from the recent years, and a few key IMTMA initiatives involving exhibitions, summits, training, publications, and others. This is our first attempt to share with you all what IMTMA does for its members. India is in a very bright spot and going to be one of the manufacturing powerhouses for the decades to come. The GDP numbers and other macroeconomics are very strong indicators of where our country is progressing. Let us see the world GDP outlook 2024 quickly. You may see that India is strongly poised at 7% as against 3.2% of the world GDP growth as estimated by IMF. Revised estimates for India is 7% compared to the earlier estimate of 6.8% as per IMF data. This clearly emphasizes India's growth story to be very strong and very prospective in the years to come. Let us now get into the GDP growth trend for India for the last 8 quarters of the last 2 financial years. It clearly shows that GDP growth has been hovering around 8% in 2023-24 and would continue with 7% for 24-25. Even RBI has forecasted the growth at 7.2% as per the latest report. This is very encouraging for the Indian machine tool industry and also manufacturing industry in general. The recent economic survey has also indicated this, with the budget encouraging with more disposable income in the hands of the individual for spending. In quarter 4 of the financial year 23-24, the index of industrial production grew by 5.1% year on year, indicating a healthy expansion in industrial activity, reflecting increased production across various sectors such as manufacturing, mining, and electricity. The Purchasing Manufacturers Index members are hovering above the average for all quarters as seen in the slide. PMI manufacturing in quarter 4 of the financial year 2024 remained same at 57.5 compared to the previous year and improved from the last quarter. Manufacturing sector continued to experience significant expansion and positive business conditions throughout the year. The index of industrial production and the purchasing managers index are some of the economic measures from which a robust growth story can be demonstrated. The positive momentum is substantiated by some of the large investments coming into India in various machine manufacturing sectors like automotive, EV, electronics, renewable energy, semiconductors. Major investments are from companies like Apple, Nvidia, Hyundai, Mercedes, and other big global players. Even our domestic players like Mahindra, the Tatas, the Aditya Birla Group are not far behind in investments, specifically in a sector like renewable energy. We have seen a number of investments by our own machine tool companies in expansion and setting up of a new infrastructure for capacity building. We are also very encouragingly seeing a very large interest shown by many companies from abroad to set shop here in India. A couple of them have already started production, and many more are in pipeline, which will start see production coming up in the next 12 months. As we all aspire for India to increase its manufacturing GDP share from 17 to 25%, there's a big role for all of us to play in these focus sectors. Every sector narrates a similar story of growth, which gives us confidence, good business prospects for the machine tool and manufacturing industry. Now let us take a look at some of these important sectors and this current size and the projected growth at which the sectors would move. Machine tool business has been auto-centric over decades, and it's time for us now to see beyond this and be a part of India's growth story with the type of manufacturing facilities we all have within our organizations. Auto components, of course, would see a major growth, a 3 times X growth by 2026. This is backed by the growing presence of global automotive OEMs in the country. A very bright spot here is that many auto companies are seeing India as an export hub. Defense production is going to continue its growth in a significant manner. And to back this, the defense exports will be growing to reach USD 5 billion by 2025. The government's Atmanirbharta in Indian manufacturing is taking a big shape in defense manufacturing. And also the government's pressure to buy locally is helping defense industry a lot. The electronics in manufacturing will see a 4x growth by 2026. And this is one sector we will see a rapid growth in the next 2 to 3 years, where I think the machine tool industry needs to gear up to meet the demands of this specific industry. The medical device industry will also grow at a very rapid pace, 4 times by 2026. One of the very interesting industries to watch is the toy manufacturing. It is a champion sector and is expected to grow over 2 times. And this sector was recently included in the recent budget in the PLI scheme. The furniture industry would also be growing in a very significant way. It is predicted that 51% of India's population will be living in urban areas by 2047, creating a huge demand for furniture products. Another sector is FMCG manufacturing is slowly coming up with the Make in India initiative. India has a very high consumption growth in the coming years. IMTMA, our association, has conducted various research reports to help members explore these alternatives. Members can access these reports online or also can contact the IMTMA officials located all over India. Capital goods, which includes 10 subsectors, will grow significantly by 2025. The transformation of railways by the introduction of the all-electric Vande Bharat trains has been a great boost to the manufacturing industry. The capital goods contribute today on an average, on an overall of 12% to the manufacturing and 1.8% of GDP. This clearly shows that we have a lot of growth which we can all contribute to the capital goods sector. Multimodal connectivity will provide integrated and seamless movement of people, goods, and services from one mode of transport to another. It will facilitate the last mile connectivity of infrastructure and also reduce travel time for people. And people must already been experiencing the GST, the way it has helped reduce transport times. Throughout this investment in infrastructure and various productivity linked incentives, the schemes which the government has introduced will play a very big role in the demand creation. And we expect that the current government is trying to continue. The PLI scheme currently includes 14 different sectors, auto, electronics, and others to name a few. And the government is mulling to expand the scope of this, which will happen in the recent budget, where we saw the toys being also included. This is a very good opportunity for capital good industry to leverage the conditions and improve its competitiveness. Infrastructure spending by the government, which is continuing to drive this consumption and the growth enormously in India, will be another factor which will show a lot in the Indian growth story. Let's now look at the trends of the machine tool industry. The machine tool builders come together once in 2 years, and it was in 2023 that we brought out a purpose, mission, and a vision and a mission for the industry. The purpose was articulated as why we exist. We deliver world-class manufacturing solutions that enrich lives. The vision which all of us got together was visualized as we will create value for customers through technology leaderships, transforming our organization and with empowered people and grow sustainably. The Mission 2028, where all of the industry people came together, was articulated as below. Establish holistic strategy maps and align the entire organization towards its deployment within 1 year with periodic reviews. Technology acceleration through centers of excellence, academia, and customer collaboration with 3% of revenue spends. Actively engage with customers to identify and develop new products and solutions to contribute 30% of sales target. Empower, inspire, and cultivate exceptional leaders to transform our organization to embrace diversity and deliver cutting-edge solutions. Flexible, responsive, sustainable operations like measurable KPIs to meet changing customer needs. We will adopt sustainable practices and get GreenCo certified for silver, gold, and platinum. And we as an association and the members also have looked to have 5 companies to be in the top 100 India's best companies to work for. These are some of the missions which I'm sure all the member industries would like to take this forward. We would also like to recognize the entire efforts of UDAN, the next generation leaders for machine tool industry. And I would like to invite many of the next generation leaders to join this UDAN to be a part of this success story of the machine tool industry. Post-COVID, the machine tool industry recovery has been very steep, especially in the last financial year, the growth has stabilized. We have achieved consistent growth of around 10% in consumption and production of 2 successive financial years, 22-23 and 23-24. One good thing is our exports have marginally increased to around 14% of production as well. We are happy to share with members that Indian machine tool industry has achieved the highest ever consumption and production in the financial year 23-24, surpassing our maximum of 18-19. The order booking is reasonable, satisfactory for the first 2 quarters of 24-25. Hopefully, we will be able to maintain and continue the year-on-year growth. The graphs which are shown there very clearly indicates some of these numbers which I have already spoken to you. And I'm sure all of you are able to see these numbers, and we are sure the numbers will be much higher in the coming years to come. I'm sure all would like to know how big our machine tool industry is, and IMT gathers data on a quarterly basis to assess this progress. This trend graph basically indicates that we have surpassed our 18-19 figures, which is basically the pre-COVID in performance. However, our domestic market share has not been increasing beyond 50%. Today, if you just see the graph in the last couple of years, we have touched a peak of 50%, but we've always been hovering around 45 to 50%. This clearly very shows that we have been substantially importing machines into India. This clearly indicates that Indian machine tool builders can work to see how one can get a larger share of the industry. The sectors which I already spoke to you about could also be one of the cases where business would be added to these to improve our market share overall to go beyond 50%. This slide shows the machine tool imports to India from the top 5 countries. This clearly says that China has been taking the lead in the last 3 years from Japan post-COVID. And I'm sure all the machine tool builders who are here need to work together to make sure that we could have a larger share of this import market, so basically coming from China, Japan, and Germany. IMTMA has always strived to support machine tool industry. We have various activities which are held constantly to benefit the members and industry. I invite members to actively take part in various activities to learn, network, and contribute towards the development of industry. IMTMA has 5 major verticals covering various activities, events, and initiatives. All of you are already aware of the BIEC Exhibition Center, where we conduct the IMTEX, which happens every year. The IMTEX and the Tooltech trade fairs, and of course, the regional machine tool shows, which we have been conducting at various cities all over India. The mega events, which we conduct on a regular basis, recently concluded Machine Tool Summit in Goa. We have the Productivity Summit, which is coming up in Pune shortly. And also we have these international seminars, and which are conducted a day before the IMTEX shows. Basically, the International Seminar on Machining Technologies and the International Seminar on Forming Technologies, where where the latest technology is being talked about on a day seminar. Of course, we do have a lot of symposium on automation and robotics. And of course, we have the Vision Conclave, to which we derive this vision. We have 2 training centers, one in Pune and one in Bangalore. We have a design center here in Bangalore, which pretty much helps, and in Pune, it pretty much helps fresh engineers to become employable in our member industries. The association activities forms a very large part of this entire vertical, where member management is a very key part. And today what we are having is another initiative, the member management, where we are trying to share with our own members as to what IMTMA is able to do. I've already shared you a couple of data on analysis, which is being done on a regular basis for our own IMTMA association here. A lot of this data is available online. We also conduct a lot of research publications, which I'll be talking about a little later. We also will be talking about the testing and the technology development center, the AMTTF and the AMTDC. We have a lot of collaboration with industry institute collaborations. We have a lot of close relationship with a lot of member institutes. We have a regional councils at South, West, and North. I request all members of these regions to become members of these particular regionals and actively participate in the activities which are being conducted. We also have a very strong relationship with a lot of international associations like VDW, AMT, UCIMA, JMT, and CICIMO. And we have been able to conduct a lot of international programs of recent in the last 1.5 years, where we have been going ahead and asking companies from abroad to come set shop in India to bring the latest technology into the Indian market. A lot of work is being done on the export development group at participation, especially on participation in international fairs and technology missions. I'd like to say a few words about our subgroup called Lakshya, which has been working on the export front. It's a group within the IMTMA, which has been working on how Indian machine tools can export a lot of machines out of India on some of the sectors of the countries. Members can contact IMTMA to take this forward. Of course, we also partner with the associations in India like CII, ACMA, and FICCI. Some of the government policies and advocacies which we have been working on are basically in the reduction of customs duty on basically on the CNC controllers, ball screws. We are very happy to say that the same reduction has now been extended till 2026, where we only pay 2.5% of this instead of the standard 7.5%. We continue to campaign and refine the public policy, public purchase policy to the government of India, which continuously needs to be followed up as and when the cases come up. We do campaign for the MSMEs, our member industries, as well as our industries who are our users. I'm very happy to say that one of our recommendations of the TREDS limit being reduced from 500 crores to 250 crores has been a major success. And also, I would like to also tell you that there has been a new introduction of an SME to SME funding for some of the fintech companies, although it did not get a mention in the budget. The formulation of the national policy for capital goods where of 2025, we have about 6 committees. And we are happy to say that all the 6 committees, we have a representation from members of our member industries. Some of the summary of the 6 committees are supercharging domestic demand, turnaround trade balances, promotion of making India as a manufacturing hub, building IP ecosystem and enhancing R&D, leveraging digital technology, build energy transition and sustainability. And we as an association, as and when these policies are being formulated, we would like to share with you all as to what each one of you will be benefited from. We had a fantastic machine tool expo which got conducted recently in Pune, a very large show in Pune after a very long time. The expo also received a very good response from the industry. And we were also very happy to inform you all that we launched FacTech, the Factory Equipment Expo, which added a great value to the visitors. The reason why we got into this FacTech was basically to get all the factory equipment which also are required for any of our machine tool industry, as well as people who come to visit some of these shows. To continue our commitment on education, skilling, and also in our commitment to empower women, we are very happy to say that the 3rd batch of the all-women machine tool design training is underway. I would also like to thank our member companies for coming forward to support these women engineers who are undergoing and making them industry ready. I urge our members who are present here to also come forward to support us to continue this in the future. Machine Tool Summit is all about knowledge sharing, networking, fun and leisure. And I'm sure many of you have enjoyed this in the recent Goa Summit. This summit basically comes out from the vision statement and from the mission, where we would like to take the mission elements to many of the member industries who were not able to attend the vision statements. And I'm sure we would like to see many more participating in the upcoming future summits. I've already told you that BIC, our exhibition infrastructure, one of the best ones in India here, the green building, exhibits a lot of, conducts a lot of exhibitions over the past years from diverse industries. I urge our member industries to come forward and visit some of these exhibitions. Many of them are of various industry sectors and explore business opportunities, which would also be part of the different sectors of business which India is looking into in its growth story. Our upcoming events include the Symposium on Automation and Robotics in Pune in the 4th week of September. The annual general meeting is being held on the 27th. I urge all members to please attend this AGM at the BIC in Bangalore. We would also like to bring your attention to a unique 2-day business-to-business event called the Machine Tool Connect or MTX Connect. This is an event which was held for the first time in Kolhapur. It was a very great success. Our main intention of taking this to the remote areas is to take our member industries and also bring the users more closer together. The second of this one is now being held in Rudrapur, and a leading industrial hub in Uttarakhand on the 3rd and 4th of November. IMTEX 2025, of course, I would not like to talk much about it. Every one of you are aware of it. It's shaping up very well. It could be one of the largest ones held so far. Those who have not registered, request you to do it as quick as possible as space is running out. You may get in touch with our team for any of these events which are there, which I've mentioned so far. I'd like to take a little time on this, the AMTDC. This is basically the Advanced Machine Technology Development Center. This is a special purpose vehicle at the Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, by the Minister of Heavy Industries and IMTMA. This focuses on technology and product development in machine tools, Industry 4.0, automation and mechatronics, motion control, and robotics. Here, we create technologies that are commercially viable for use in capital goods and manufacturing sectors. Incubation is a very great part of new technologies, which happens here at the AMTDC, and also the promotion of business development for MSMEs. Some of the select projects undertaken at AMTDC are shown in the slide. We are very happy that 11 products were developed in phase 1 of the capital goods scheme, and 7 products are developed in phase 2. We are also would like to say that the government has now extended this with the larger government funding in the recent budget. All these products are developed in collaboration with the member community under the MHI scheme, basically the Ministry of Heavy Industries. I now request members who are looking for new product developments or who would like to make their products, improve on their products, can use of this unique Government of India scheme where the government would fund 80% of this. Member industries can contact IMTMA Bangalore or their remote locations to know more about this AMTDC and how these schemes would work with the Government of India. AMTTF, the Advanced Machine Tool Testing Facility located here in the CMTI campus here in Bangalore, is a very unique testing facility dedicated to member industries. Jointly owned by the Government of India, CMTI, and the machine tool IMTMA, it's a dedicated facility to provide testing and development support to engineering and machine tool industries. Key services includes testing, troubleshooting, problem solving, third-party inspection, certification of products, and others. AMTT also caters most of its services at the customer sites. Members who desire to get their products tested for improving on their design and performance can use the facilities of AMTTF. I would like to happily share that this team will visit your place for an on-site valuation, post which they would decide if this equipment needs to come to the center at AMTTF. I'm not sure how many of you were able to see this IMTMA membership dashboard. This is a very unique dashboard from the IMTMA IT side of the wing, which basically works on membership development. There have been a couple of, we have sent the unique IDs, user IDs and login. If some of you have not received this, you may contact our IMTMA office to take this. This is a very extensive dashboard which particularly shows a lot of events which are happening with a lot of data. And also a very unique thing is the entire subscription, what you pay for the on an annual basis, is basically given back in terms of redemption of points. And this is also displayed here on this dashboard. There's a lot of data available for online, for members' consumption, for your data analysis for member industries. And also, we would like to request, and also this shows a lot of wherever you have participated in major of the events. So this is a very unique dashboard. Request all members to have a look at it. Please share your feedback on this and contact our IMTMA office for any help you need on this particular dashboard. As I already told you that IMTMA brings out various publications to disseminate knowledge and industry development information. IMTMA gathers a lot of data nationally and internationally from member industries and also internationally from member associations. One of the key publications includes the high frequency macroeconomic data dashboard, which includes segments on automobile, EV, industrial, and external sectors, commodity and metal prices, banking services, budget, and employment sectors. This data is again accessed by IMTMA members for free by using your login credentials. It's a very colorful data dashboard, and it's updated quite regularly on a monthly basis. Members can use this to understand the changing trends in the manufacturing industry and also the machine tool industry. Members get to know about the latest updates and happenings on various activities of IMTMA through the periodical newsletters. I hope you are all getting these newsletters by mail. If you're not getting it, please let us know about it. These newsletters carry a lot of data related to global machine tool industries captured through partner international associations. Members are updated with latest domestic and global tenders every week. I encourage members to visit IMTMA website for regular updates and access these publications as and when required. IMTMA is now well connected with its counterpart associations across the world and supports its members to gain insights about the machine tool and manufacturing technology developments in these countries. This gives an edge for the companies who have business interests in those countries. Various publications and reports published are made available to members in this context. I urge members to support the association to invite more companies to join IMTMA so that together we can transform the Indian machine tool industry within our own country and also for the people outside in other countries. Let me now conclude by thanking all of you for taking time in between your busy schedule to attend this, and we shall connect once again in the next quarter. If you have any queries or you may please write to us in the mail ID which has been provided, or also can call us back on the contact numbers once you have. Thanks once again and good afternoon. Bye.